The next speaker that I have is Venkat Srinivasan. Venkat runs a consultancy firm called Thinker's Hat, which specializes in process improvement and in inspiring people to work on continuous improvement. Prior to this, he has worked with companies such as Eaton and Honeywell in various capacities within the manufacturing domain. He enjoys trying out new experiences in life, which is what has brought him to Ignite. Venkat is going to talk about Get Inspired.
Good evening. My name is Venkat, and I'm going to tell you a story. This is a story of a normal guy called Amit. We join Amit's story about the time when he was graduating from his engineering college. Now, by no means was Amit a brilliant student in terms of marks, definitely above average, but what you could say about Amit was that he had a genuine curiosity about engineering. He learned for the sake of understanding the concepts, and by the time he was, he graduated, he had a tremendous, a base. So the first job that that Amit joined, the company put him in with in an area where he worked with, let's call him Grandpa Simpson, right? So Grandpa Simpson was a great guy, but quite frankly, he had one foot out the door. He was going to retire within 1 year, and he basically, so he didn't have his mind much on work. So Amit thought to himself, you know what, Grandpa, I'm going to you chill for a year and let me learn how to run the show. And so he applied himself for 2 years, and within those 2 years, he really developed himself, and he got credit even from some of the the Yoda that just went past. Is supposed to represent some of his hard-to-please bosses. But every good story has to have a villain, right? And in our case too, the villain, if you know this guy, he's the, if you've seen Kahani, you know the guy who goes, Namaskar, right? So let's call him Bob, right? So Bob came in when Grandpa rode into the sunset, right? So, Bob took scout of the situation. He noticed that Amit was standing up at every meeting, taking on every action item list against his name. And Bob decided, you know what, this is fantastic. Let me enjoy while Venkat flounders with all the responsibilities that he's taking on his head. Amit, sorry. So, you know who this is now. So, so one day when Amit was sitting and wondering about why he was unable to cope up with his workload, a senior colleague came and sat next to him. And he said, Amit, are you out of your mind? I see you here, you're working weeknights 8 to 9 p.m., you're here on weekends, but I see Bob, he's out at 4:30. He never works weekends. Why are you letting him take advantage of you? And Amit thought to himself, oh, he's right. I am letting him take advantage of me. Why am I letting him have the time of his life, particularly at my expense? If he is not going to pull his share of the load, why should I? Thinking so, Amit took a step back. He started slacking. He started taking it easy, stopped pushing himself to meet deadlines, and worse, he stopped feeling bad about not giving his best. Literally he realized his character was getting corroded and corrupted. Much like if you've seen Spider-Man trilogy, Peter Parker, when he puts on that black Spidey suit, if you've seen that, you know exactly what Amit went through at that time, right? So this went on for several weeks, but Amit felt empty with it. He yearned for that sense of, the pleasure of effort and achievement. Okay? So just about this time, one of his friends invited him to help out with a high school robotics team. So Amit went there to, try it out as a new experience. And he found it fabulous. He enjoyed the aspects of, the technical aspects of designing and building robots. He enjoyed teaching those aspects to the kids. He enjoyed getting the kids to work cohesively as a team. And he found himself going back to the same group for more and more and more. So he, at one point, he sat back at home and he wondered, why is it that I love this experience so much as compared to my work experience? He also observed the more time he went with these kids, he used to go back to work energized the next day. So he thought about this. And that's when he realized that, when he was with these kids, they were all about the robot. That single, that one object made them overcome all other pettier issues of the nature that he experienced at work. He realized that the kids, without even realizing it, had changed his life. So that's really the moral of my story here, is all too often we look up above in the rarefied area of Steve Jobs and Narayan Murthy for inspiration. True inspiration is all around us. Anywhere there is single-mindedness of purpose, you can find inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you, Venkat.